unbelievable. Now, it's hard to believe that once voting was a right that was only afforded to men. It wasn't until 1920 that the 19th Amendment was ratified and women were allowed to have their say. And I'd say that is definitely something we need to celebrate. Rita Holliday is the 61st president of the Delaware State Federation of Women's Clubs, and she's going to tell us about a celebration happening tomorrow. Hi, Rita.
Hi, Elisa. How are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we get to the celebration, can you let us tell us a little bit about the Delaware State Federation of Women's Clubs?
Well, we're a member of the General Federation of Women's Clubs. We were founded in 1898 as kind of an outgrowth of the cirrhosis activity for passage of the 19th Amendment. And we concentrate on many civic activities. Our goal is community improvement through the activities that we do. We do a lot with art, with education, with health, with our environment, with civic engagement, and all of those things, to support the communities where our clubs are located. And there are 21 clubs in the state of Delaware.
Really? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about women's suffrage. Do you think people understand just how long and how hard of a fight it was?
I don't think the general public realizes that women couldn't vote, until the passage of the 19th Amendment. At least many women couldn't vote. Some in the western states could, but the majority couldn't, and it certainly wasn't the law of the land. And they began the fight in 1848 and moved it forward all of those years till the final ratification and signing into law of the 19th Amendment in 1920.
So here we are 100 years later. Why do you think it's important that we mark this event, even celebrate it?
I think people need to realize that voting is a privilege, and it was a hard-fought privilege. And for many women, it didn't come about until much, much later. Women of color were not included in the 19th Amendment, not specifically, and many, many states still blocked them. And they didn't receive the right to vote universally until 1965. So we need to take advantage of this right to vote. It is the way we can make our voices heard.
Wow, that's unbelievable. 1965. All right, so tomorrow, GFWC is holding a Suffragette March. Did I say that right? What does that entail?
Well, this was it was the inspiration of our, I think Carolyn was our 59th president. Carolyn Forbes, who was the Delaware State president several years ago, and she's a member of the Dover Century Club. And after so many other activities celebrating the ratification had to be canceled because of COVID, Carolyn got very, very busy trying to get permission to use the green in Dover, very, very historic spot, as a place to have a march. And the Dover Century Club actually has its clubhouse on the green. And after cutting miles and miles of red tape, she finally got that permission to do that. Now, what we're doing is we've invited the clubs from all over the state to please send, to please come with their members, as many members as can break free, and to actually be in costume. We're going to be in our white suffrage dresses and our big hats. I have mine right here that we'll be wearing, which was very typical of the women's suffrage movement. We will have a proclamation by the legislature read. We'll read the 19th Amendment, which is very, very short, and deliver some remarks. And then we are going to march around the green in costume, and then across State Street to the old Legislative Hall, where they're doing a dedication of a memorial plaque to suffrage. And we'll participate in that at 11 a.m. Our march starts, or our event starts at 10 a.m. on the green.
On the green, and of course is in Dover. It sounds like it's going to be a wonderful event, one you should take your children to and educate them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Rita Holliday, of course, the 61st president of the Delaware State Federation of Women's Clubs, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Lisa.